All right, today is Friday, October the 6th. We're here pretty early. It's already 8:30. We left the house pretty early so we can get back home to take care of the little one. But this is everything that's getting put up on the store. Not a ton of huge things, a lot of smaller things. There's a lot of Switches, lots of Joy-Cons. There's a few Japanese games, a few Pokemon games like the Action Replay DSi. There's Soul Silver, Pokemon White. There's some TI CXs and CASs. A lot of sealed miscellaneous filler titles that still have some decent value. Some Game Boys, World of Warcraft, big box of the PC, some Game Boy Advance. This is all stuff that was listed yesterday. So today we have about 60 orders to pull, and then we'll go ahead and ship the stuff from the Whatnot stream, and then get some stuff from up here, which I haven't ever showed you. It's just this is all stuff we had from our warehouse sale. You can kind of see a little bit of it up there. Obviously, it's not Honeycrisp apples, but there's like a bunch of blankets and random stuff that we had when we bought out a huge like furniture sale or furniture store as a mattress store. There's a few games up here, but not really anything crazy. But like it's just random shit. Like what are these called? Air fryers, lamps, kitchen stuff. It's just random stuff. These are actually pretty expensive. We were selling these for I think 80 just as is, untested. But yeah, we have to get down there and start pulling these orders. This is actually pretty cool too. This is like a massage table. Anyways, I'll go ahead and get started. I'll put all this stuff up, that way we can organize it because some of that stuff has already sold. And then we will go through and show you guys what has been selling today. The first thing we are looking for is the white and orange 2DS XL, which would be right here. This one was just console only, no charger. This is one of the ones that we showed in the other video, the fully functional one. We did sell the other two. This one sold for $166.45. Actually, now that I think about it, this is the one that had that little line across the bottom. But again, those 2DS XLs, obviously this one is in a little worse condition because it has a little defect in the bottom of the screen, but still sold for $166.45. And that's the last of the set of 3 that we got as one bundle. Got a controller for parts. This is the Xbox 360 Resident Evil 5, even for parts. I just wanted to show you guys. This is a lower dollar sale, but I still wanted to show you that sometimes these limited edition controllers, obviously you can't see it because there's the sticky note on it, but this is the one from the Resident Evil console, sell for decent money. This one sold for $17.95. So it has a drift, it powers on, but even just for parts, like I mentioned, some people might have just taken this and thrown it away. Even just for parts, it's still sold for 18 bucks. This one is going to be the highest sale of the day. This is Snatcher for the Sega Saturn. I'm trying to see where the hell I would even have put this, because this is PS2, GameCube, Wii. It's got to be in here. Yeah, obviously that says Sega. Yeah, this one sold for $400. So about this game, we had it listed for, I believe, like $550. The thing is, we've been sitting on this for such a long time that I really did not want to sit on it longer than what we have already sat on it for. So I just took a best offer. We've had it for like, it's one of the longer things we had in our store for, I mean, obviously a reason. When it comes to selling discs that are worth like 500 plus as a disc only, it's just like, you kind of have to get lucky. Shit like this doesn't normally sell. Like nobody's really buying this because you can just emulate it for, you know what I mean? Like if you're paying just disc only and it's still $500, it's like, okay, dude, that's kind of crazy. But I mean, we still took a best offer for $400 on this one. So if you see this one, definitely pick it up because more than likely wherever you see it, unless it's at a game store, it's probably ridiculously undervalued. But this is Snatcher for the Sega CD. And again, sold for $400 even on best offer. Got another obscure one. This is Relayer for the PlayStation 5. So this is all the way back here. Not every day that we pull a PS5 game, and this is actually the last Relayer that we have. So we listed this one for $44.95, and it sold on the 10% off sale for $40.45. like a JRPG, guess like Gundam battle robot style game. We had 4 of these at one time, and they sold slowly, like once every other week. I would still buy it again though. So $40 sale and 45 cents. Sold one of the, I guess 2 of them sold, but one of them was from the previous time we pulled. One of the PlayStation 2 Fat consoles with the AV, the power cord, and the controller. I'm pretty sure that these ones are gonna be one of these. Not gonna be this one, so more than likely it's this one. And then the cords will be, we'll set this over here for the time being. Like I mentioned in the previous videos when we did pick these up and we were actually binning those, a really good way to make a sale conversion on these consoles, guys, I'm sure you guys already know, is obviously to bundle them with all the cords that they need. Even if the cords are, you know, third party or the controllers are third party, that's still perfectly fine. So we just listed these as PS2 Fats because it was multiple quantities, because usually we'll put the serial number, but since this is, you know, we're selling multiple consoles on here, it's kind of hard to put just one serial number. But so for 107, you can see really good pictures like this across the board of all the, you know, different things. Really helps sell the console. A good description exactly saying what it is, that it plays PS2 and PS1 games. I probably could have gotten more out of this, but again, on the 10% off sale, it works perfect. We probably were into this for, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember. It's definitely not $69.99. A lot of the stuff you guys see on price tags that's in here, it's all old price tags that we definitely did not pay. Like the relayer that we just sold, I'm not gonna pay $39.99 and sell it for $41. That doesn't make sense. All right, we've got a Pokemon bundle. This is probably this one here. Pokemon Ranger and Pokemon Shadow of Almilla. The bundle for the DS. This is the lot of 2. I just showed you this for $47.66. Probably be a good idea if I can actually make sure this is the right bundle. And try and do this with one hand. I will say, while I'm trying to do this, I do appreciate you guys subscribing. As of this video, we have hit over 100, so I'm extremely appreciative of that. Thank you guys so much for that. I am responding to your guys' comments slowly. We do have a lot of other stuff going on with the business, but I am willing to help you guys. But there's the bundle, a lot of 2. Pokemon Ranger, individually, these are like $20 games, so we threw them together, kind of squeezed an extra $7 out of it, and this one sold pretty quick as well. Got a black Xbox One controller. This one actually has a shell over it. This one in here, it's the Wave one. This is nothing really special. It's not a custom edition or limited edition one. It's just somebody put a sticker over it. I'm pretty sure. I think. If they did, they did a really good job. I don't know. You guys can let me know. If you guys seen this one, I doubt that they would have made one with an art style like that. But this one sold for $29.66. I just put with Wave sticker because I forgot the artwork that this is called. But yeah, fully functional. Super easy to test if these have drift. Forget putting them in the actual Xbox consoles. You can plug this in right here to your computer or your laptop or whatever, and then go on Test My Controller or Test Controller or whatever it's called. It's like the first website you Google. And then you can test all the things. It'll show if it has a drift, all the buttons work. That way you don't have to go there, do an Xbox One menu, hook it all up, and do all that extra shit. And then because you can't test every single button on the Xbox One menu, you kind of have to like go into a game. So doing it on the PC makes it a lot easier. So this one sold for $29. We sell one of these every other week. This is kind of similar to the Relayer. This is a brand new sealed copy of Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PlayStation 3. We list these for $25. This one sold for $25. This is the second one we sold. Again, they sell like every other week. I'm sure we'll sell them a little quicker, like every week towards Christmas, because they're sealed. This is still a hot title, even for the PS3. It's not necessarily the most extreme, popular one for the PS3, but it is brand new, and I'm sure we'll sell out all of these on Christmas. So we have like, I think 8 or 9 left. So this was a pretty good sale because we're into these for pretty cheap. Got some pretty unique sales today. This is Sega CD, or not Sega CD, Sonic CD for the Saturn. Keep them in here because these are the more expensive games. So Sonic CD for the Sega CD. I lied. Makes sense. Not Sega Saturn for whatever the hell I said at the beginning. Sonic CD for the Sega CD. This one sold for $128.21. This is from the collection we bought up in Richmond or Washington, one of the two. Really, really, really clean. All the inserts, or like, I think it came with an additional insert, but really, really clean. We listed as excellent. I'm pretty sure we listed as like new. The guy that we got this from just took extremely good care of them. Obviously, something like this would go in a cardboard box. Anything over like 100. I mean, obviously, if it's like a loose DS cartridge, you can throw it in a poly mailer. But for something like this, these jewel cases are pretty fragile, so we don't want to damage it. But this is a good sale at $128. So the last two of these iPod shuffles, I'm pretty sure these are the last two. They sold for a lot of two, so like $21 a piece, which should be these ones. So they sold for $53 to one person. The person that bought it has fitness in their name, so I'm assuming it's for a gym or something. But these do pretty well. Again, the smaller stuff that you guys, I mean, obviously these are Apple products, so it's a little easier, but it just goes to show you that value isn't always in these, huge big box consoles or the big RC cars or whatever. So this alone is a $53 sale, and it's Apple, so it sells super fast. Got the iconic 007 GoldenEye, which I need to move this to actually get to it. All right. There we go. So we're looking for 007 GoldenEye, which that's the exact one because this one has the same writing as the listing picture. This game, I've mentioned it before. You can stretch this game all the way up to a $39.99 sale as long as it's in really good condition, and you will get it. But for this one, we sold it for $28.76, which I'm happy about because most people will let this game go for 15 or 20 bucks. So if you can squeeze an extra $8 or $10 out of it, that is definitely worth it. Even if it is like, a little beat up like this or it has a name on it. Somebody will still play this or buy this to play this. Is this the first RC sale of the day? I'm pretty sure it's in here somewhere. So we're gonna move the soldering thing over so we can actually grab this. This is one of the REI Motors. This is a cheaper sale, but again, I'm pretty sure, obviously, since this was a cheaper sale, we sold this one as is somewhere in here, just to get it out of the way because we didn't know how to test it. Yeah, this is the one right here. This one sold for, I say $17 or $18, $17.05. And we just sold it as is because we don't have the connections to hook up to all these. And when looking at it, compared to these ones at least, I can't really imagine that this is supposed to look like that. But we did make sure you include that in the picture. It just looks burnt. So don't really know what happened there. But I don't know if you can even replace, I'm sure you can replace the tip of it, but sold for $17. Again, we're towards the end of our RC journey. Unfortunately, these things are fucking amazing because the sale price is up there, but there's a few more scattered in there somewhere that we're gonna get to. But this is a motor going out for 17 bucks. We've got the Simpsons Wrestling for the PlayStation 1. This one sold for $35, which might take a little while to find because this one has been sitting for a second. Oh, there she is right there. So a clean label, the Simpsons Wrestling black label sold for $35. Sat for, I'd say, about a week and a half. I'm gonna grab another thing from the auction from Washington. This is an Atari Jaguar game, which I've already forgotten what it's called. I think it says it right here. This is 05 for the Jaguar. This sold, 05 in box, no manual, for $161.95. Jaguar games are really hard to come by, especially in the box. So even with a little bit of box damage, you guys can see it's solid. I mean, this is a very, very old piece of cardboard. So for what it is, for its age, this is a really, really nice shape condition. Got a complete in box resale, $116.96. This is the one that is complete with the Wii Sports, which the one right there is the brand new one. This is 092. This is the one that is just complete, all the cardboard inserts. Usually don't pick these up because they take a little while to sell and nobody really buys the Wii in the box, but this one did sell relatively quick. We had it listed for only like, I think 3 or 4 days, compared to like the brand new one, which will definitely sit for a little longer because not everybody's buying a brand new $300 Wii. So again, fully bundled with everything it comes with. Is a really quick sale for the most part. We got Vampire Hunter D for the PlayStation 1. This one sold for $62.95. This one you can tell has been sitting for a while, like I mentioned, because the background was the old black background that we do not use anymore. We use the white one now. So it's been sitting for a while. We're slowly processing through all the stuff that we have that is listed with the black background. It's just a lot more clean. It's literally just right there. It's just the mouse pad. This one sold for $63 pretty much. This is in their higher end, not a JRPG, but horror, I guess. Oop, almost dropped it. Yeah, it's sort of horror title. So this is a good one to look out for. I want to show some of the cheaper sales as well sometimes. We got to pull Bigfoot for the NES. We're filtering through a lot of the shit that is these cheaper things. So I'm showing you that not even my store is perfect. There is some stuff on my store that is cheaper. Whatever the reason is, there's tons of different reasons. This one sold for $13.45. Again, you really want to strive for $20 plus, but I am showing you that my entire store is not, every single thing in here is not $20 plus listed price. A few things are. We've gotten really efficient when it comes to listing things. So I don't mind listing stuff like this because it will only take me a minute. We can list things super, super fast. But for you, I would love for you guys to focus on listing those higher end, $20 plus sales. So when you do see a notification from eBay for a sale, it's at least $20 plus. Got a case only for Pokemon Platinum. This is just the case, manual, and artwork. That one's way too light. This one sold for $38.88, I'm pretty sure, after the 10% off. No game, just the case, artwork, and manual. These Pokemon titles do have value in just the cases. We got a Pokemon Holo Flareon Jungle, from Fossil. I think we listed this as, this is definitely, is it a light play or moderate play? I think moderate play. But this one sold for $17.95. This ships with the USPS trading card standard envelope rate, which is like 65 cents. So cards under that $20 mark on eBay ship for about 65 cents. I found out even if you have a $20 card, let's say you have a card that's worth $23 or $24, just list it at $19.99. You'll save more money, assuming you're not charging shipping. If you're doing free shipping, this will work. List it for $19.99. That way you can get qualified for the 65-cent shipping instead of having to pay a $4 shipping label for a $23 card, because you'll end up getting, I think it's like the same amount, but it's just less hassle. It'll move a lot faster because it's $4 less at $19.99. So that way you can just ship it for that 65 cents. Got a brand new Game Boy Advance game. This is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, I want to say. Could be completely wrong, could be a different one. I know there's a decent amount of them. These are all of our sealed titles. Oh, it is somewhere in here, right here. Oh, that's the complete unboxed one. Right there, there it is. Now, Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup for the Game Boy Advance. This one is brand new, factory sealed, sold. Best offer was listed at like $89.99. We took a best offer for $65 because it's been sitting forever. Again, this is another one with a black background. This is previously from Costco, and it was $26.99 there. So if you picked it up a decade ago, you would have made your money. But this sold for $65, a little slower sale, but sealed Game Boy is always slow. Sold another Game Boy SP. This is another one of the 001s. I believe it is either it's 80. This is 68. I'm pretty sure it is this one. This one sold for, I want to say $80. Yeah, $89. 668. So this isn't even the right one. So this one sold for $89. No charger. Looking for 668. Okay, so it was this one. That's fine. Relatively clean shell. Again, it isn't 001, so not the backlit version, but it's still a really quick sale. SPs are always selling super, super fast, so make sure you guys are picking up on these. As always, I mean, handheld Nintendo consoles should be a no-brainer. We had an issue with this buyer's delivery address, so it ended up getting returned back to us. We refunded it, and then it sold again to a different buyer. So not a factory sealed one like the Wii, but this one is complete. With all the stuff, I'm pretty sure. It sold for $107.99. $2,000,000.96. Complete the box PlayStation 1. Again, we had to relist it because there was an issue with the buyer's delivery address. If that happens to you, just cancel the order. Like once you actually have it back, make sure you're talking to the buyer. Don't just cancel without them knowing with their delivery address if it gets returned back to you. Occasionally it does happen. I mean, it's not really ideal, but it will happen eventually. Got a Game Boy, not a game. You got a GameCube game. This one is right here, the Sonic Heroes. We're running a little low on our GameCube section. You got a ton of smashes. This one sold for $29. I could have swore that Sonic Heroes is worth a little more than $30, but complete, I guess maybe you could string a little more. I think we listed this as an acceptable. You can see the case is a little dinged up, but this is a quick sale. GameCube games are always great to look out for, especially the Sonic series. We had a bundle of 5 games sell to one person for, I believe it was like $130. We got 2 PlayStation 1 controllers, one for the PS1 first generation and one of the clear blues, or both clear blues. Final Fantasy 7 for the PlayStation 1. These are all greatest hits. GTA 2 and GTA 1 Duo Pack and Frogger. I'm pretty sure whoever used this or purchased this used our buy 1, buy 2, buy 3. You save a certain amount per every single item that you add more, because I mean obviously they bought all 5. But this is an example. It doesn't happen very often, I will say that. An example of why you need to set up your store on eBay to make it look more attractive and not just like an individual. Our store has branding. There's categories so people can filter through our store to see exactly what they're looking for. And I'm sure that stuff that we've put in helped us get this extra $130 in sales for all 5 of these, especially because these alone are $25 each. So this is $50 in controllers right here. And then the games alone are about $30. The GTA 2 and 1 and 2 sold for $35, and the Frogger sold for $18. Which, now that I think about it, this is not supposed to be greatest hits. This is supposed to be a black label, so I'm good that I checked that. I just thought that they purchased all greatest hits. So we will swap that out for this one. So this one right here sold for $17 with the bundle of 5. Another eBay standard envelope sale, 16 or 65 cents to ship. This is Gordon EX for, not for anything, I'm so used to selling video games. This sold for $16.16. This is the Holo foil from Dark Explorers. We listed this as near mint. These more modern cards are a little easier to get in better shape, obviously, because they're more modern and they were just made. But this one's for $16.16, and this is not the last Pokemon sale. We have one more that's a $72 sale, which we'll pull, I think, pretty soon. Got Mech Warrior 2 for the PlayStation 1 that sold. You would think this one is worth more than it is, but unfortunately it is not. This only sold for about $19, so looks like it's way more expensive than it actually is, but it is not. This is a $19 sale. Got another huge, well, not huge, but we got another bundle sale. We got the set of 2 Sonic Advances, Sonic 2 and 3 sold for $53. Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3 with the cases sold for $89.90, so about $145 in sales. This one, I'm sure the same thing as the previous one that purchased the other box that was full of the 5 things, the Frogger and stuff. I'm pretty sure this is the exact same thing. They purchased multiple things, save a little more on top of our 10% off sale already. And all together is about a $145 sale, and get to move every single thing at once. So again, bundled and bundled individually. So 1, 2, and 3 was obviously going to move because people want the whole Final Fantasy collection for the Game Boy. And obviously we only had 2 of these, but still we can squeeze more money out of these. And we did with that $145 sale. So this Glaceon V evolution from Evolving Skies. This is the Holo Ultra Rare. We listed it as near mint. This one sold for $53.95. I actually lied about the last sale. This is one of the last sales. It's one of these, because one of these is in moderate play and one of these is in light play. So I have to figure out which one. But this one sold for $53.95. I wish I had a little more advice on how to see which cards are better. I don't know. I'm also learning the market, so we're kind of learning at the same time. But I guess the best way is to look up, the name of the Pokemon and then the actual numbers in the bottom. So this one is 75 of 203, or 175 of 203. So that way you can check your comps on these. That way you're not just buying into them blindly. All right, this is the last Pokemon sale. The Umbreon V from Evolving Skies Holo Ultra Rare sold for $76.46. This one is moderate play, which I don't really see what made us list this under moderate play. There's got to be like a crease. Yeah, you can see right there to the right of my thumb. There's a little crease right there, so that definitely gives it away. So even with a little crease under moderate play, still sold for $76.46. So whatever reason you see this card out in the wild, this is definitely a solid one to pick up. Sold the last 3 of these Spectrum receivers. I'm pretty sure it is the last 3 of these. It's the 6110AT model, which I just dropped one of them. So we sold all 3 of these to one guy. He asked if we could do a bundle deal. And I know what I'm into these at, so I said yes. Sold all 3 of them for $100, about $33 a piece. The receivers are always doing well. Certain ones are $10, $20, $30, $80. It just depends. You have to look up the brand and the model. So this one is Spectrum and then SR110AT. So $100 sale on this one right here. Sold a complete in-box PlayStation 2. I really never, ever sell these, like ever. We have a couple of them at the house. We don't even bring them to the warehouse. That's how fucking long it takes to sell them. We don't even really buy them anymore. People just don't buy complete in-box PlayStation 2s, which I'm gonna have to put the phone down to actually grab this because I don't know where it is. It's not there. Yeah, okay. All right, we're gonna have to put the phone down. Hold on. All right, there it is. It was right behind the Tekken box. So, again, I mean, maybe this one sold because the box model is a little older. This is the older generation one. But again, these things in the box just don't sell for us. Like, it just takes fucking forever. I really don't buy these anymore in the box. This one sold for $116.96. So, literally, like, the same exact price of what we price at a regular Slim. I don't understand how some of these box price consoles work. It doesn't make sense, especially for stuff like this. I really don't get it. But this one's still sold for $116. It'll ship in one of the 15 by 12 by 10 boxes from Walmart, and it'll be easy enough. So I'll take the $116 sale.